we had a battery over temp. NiCad batteries in airplanes sometimes have a tendency to run away. They'll overcharge, and one day there was a Mitsubishi came in here with the battery hanging out the bottom with the cable. It burned its way clear out. And so we shut everything off. I had the emergency list out. And we were going to Denmark, I think, that day. And anyway, I told Center that we was having a battery problem, overheat, we needed to get on the ground as soon as possible. So they cleared us to Bangor, Maine. I shut everything off, and we had a little battery-powered radio in there, and they were giving me vectors. And they had 11,500-foot runway at Bangor, Maine. And I couldn't get, Bill had special words for me when I tried telling something, which I can't repeat here, but I tried to get him to slow down, and we almost crossed the threshold at cruise speed. And if the runway was 11,400 feet, we would have probably ran off the end of it. And you only needed 1,000 feet or less in that airplane to land at that time. So then taxiing back, he was taxiing about half power and riding the brakes. And I mentioned to him a couple times, just bring the power back. We had no reversers because the battery, we was out of battery power. And we got close to the turnoff. We had to taxi almost a mile back to the turnoff to go to the terminal. And he got on the brakes a little bit, maybe 1,000 feet from the turnoff, or not quite 1,000 feet. And the right side popped up, so I knew there's a lot of heat down on that strut. So when we got, as close as from here to the hangar over next door, he got on the brakes, and pieces of the brakes flew out. I mean, it exploded. We made an immediate 90-degree turn to the left before we got to the taxiway, and there was a sign in front of us that said, "Welcome to Bangor." It was one of these huge aluminum signs like you see on the roadway. We went through it. And so anyway, I had a lot of cash in my bag up in the nose of the airplane. So we got out. Well, the wheels and brakes were burning. They were on fire right below the gas cells. And I wanted to get my bag out of there, so I was getting it out. I looked back, and Bill was talking to the airport authority guy who came out, and he had his hands clasped behind his back telling the airport authority what a beautiful airport they had. And about that time, I grabbed my bag, and I was standing waist deep in foam. They had foamed the airplane. And we had a couple experiences after that, which I really don't want to get into.